It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good afternoon and welcome to a special unscheduled episode of Travel and Cruise Industry News Podcast on this, the 27th day of February 2025, brought to you by Will US, the owner of Scoot Around, and by Chillie Cruises. I decided, folks, that there was enough news in the hopper to go on and do a show this afternoon, and my efforts to get things caught up a little bit and back on an even keel schedule-wise. Headlines today: the lead story is a tilting incident for the Crown Princess. Also today, searching for a missing crew. Brilliance of the Seas rescue. Toppled Brands Resurrected. Radiance of the Seas passenger disappears. And will layoffs affect cruise tour? That and lots more here at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today, folks, is National Chili Day. I'm a big fan. I can eat chili of all sorts. I love it all. As some of the folks I've cruised with lately can tell you about what I eat at Oceans. I love the chili there. But that's a good day, National Chili Day. We can probably crack up some chili here tonight. This day in history: in 1951, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, third-term election win, set Congress working on the 22nd Amendment, creating term limits for presidents. The 22nd Amendment reads, no person shall be elected to the office of the president more than twice, and no person who has held the office of president or acted as president for more than 2 years of a term to which some other person was elected president shall be elected to the office of the president more than once. In 1951, the states ratified the amendment to the Constitution on the state. So if you're listening via the podcast, you're always welcome here. You can access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the Fat Travel Guy. So, all right, guys. So, as you can tell, I'm still having some breathing difficulties and coughing difficulties, but it's a little different cough today. It appears that my cough now is back to coughing on the treatments that I'm getting. I have several treatments that I take daily, and one of them is causing me to cough. Now I've got to try to figure that out because I feel actually feeling a lot better. The coughing is different, but boy, when it coughs, it's hard. So, and I still, of course, keeping the oxygen levels at a very healthy respect. All right, so we'll be back with today's news, folks, after a quick break from one of our network sponsors. While it is rare, unpredictable weather can cause ships to move in a way that they are not supposed to or are built to withstand. Unfortunately, this can cause damage and even injure passengers, and that's exactly what happened to Princess Cruises' Crown Princess on the 24th. As the ship entered Milford Sound, it listed, causing panic throughout the ship as objects went flying everywhere. Some passengers said they were told to go to their cabins, but others were not. Water from one of the pools on the Lido deck flooded a dining area, but the crew worked quickly to clean it up. Items from inboard shops and glasses fell off the shelves, some breaking when they hit the floor. Many passengers on the ship have taken to social media to report that they did not hear sirens and no announcements were made suggesting that passengers should return to their cabin. Princess Cruises confirmed that a total of 13 guests and 3 crew members had minor injuries. It's also reported that the captain announced that the ship listed at 14%. Thankfully, no structural damage was reported, and the ship was, as already assumed, the cruise as planned. A joint search operation is ongoing after a crew member fell overboard from MSC Poesia cruise ship shortly after it departed Montevideo, Uruguay. The incident occurred on Friday the 21st and marks the first man overboard case involving a cruise ship in 2025. The missing crew member has been identified as 32-year-old Bueno Jarek from the Philippines. His disappearance from the MSC Cruises vessel was discovered when he failed to report for duty. A review of the ship's security footage revealed that he went overboard from the vessel approximately 13 nautical miles from Brazilian waters. It also showed Jarek on deck 7, port side forward, near the life raft stations before falling into the ocean. Another camera recorded movement in the water shortly after his fall.
Experience Alaska at an affordable rate. VR1 balconies are only $1,289, including taxes and port charges. MSC Poesia sells from Seattle, May 25th, 2026. Book now. Call 434-258-9264 or go to bit.ly/Poesia Alaska 1.
Royal Caribbean's Brilliance of the Seas took on nearly a dozen unexpected guests on Wednesday with a rescue at sea. The cruise ship was enjoying a day at sea en route to Progreso, Mexico, when a small overloaded craft was spotted waving white materials, including a bucket, and signaling distress. The ship's pilot boat was dispatched to rendezvous with the stranded craft, and upon investigation, it was decided to bring the refugees aboard the cruise ship. Reports differ as to whether it was 10 or 11 refugees, both men and women, came aboard, but all were accounted for and safe thanks to the quick thinking and timely actions of the ship's crew. 2 well-known Asia cruise brands that were unable to survive the economic challenges of the pandemic will soon be resurrected as Resorts World Cruises transitions into Dream Cruises and Star Cruises. Resort World Cruises announced the plan to split into the 2 brands on February 26, detailing a transition strategy that will take about 3 months to complete. The vessel, formerly known as Resorts World 1, has been rebranded as Star Navigator, coinciding with Resorts World Cruises transitions to the Star Cruises brand, a pioneer in Asian cruising for 3 decades. Deployment and itineraries. Star Navigator is scheduled to homeport in Keelung, Taiwan from March 28th to November 14th, 2025, offering weekly round trips to Japan and Korea. More news on the other cruise line as it becomes available. Hey, there's only 48 hours left on the Mobility Equipment Rental Special in Las Vegas. Planning a trip to Sin City in the near future? Book a scooter or wheelchair rental now and get discounts in advance. Call Scooter Round toll-free 888-441-7575 or reserve online. Use SRN 11137. Las Vegas Mobility Rentals are 15% off through tomorrow. Good for the next 90 days. Mexican authorities are conducting a search for a missing American cruiser in Cozumel. The 30-year-old Tanisha Williams, a citizen of the U.S., disembarked from Royal Caribbean's Radiance of the Seas on February 17th, but didn't return in time for the vessel's departure. On February 25th, 8 days after her disappearance, the harbor master's office issued a nautical notice to alert the maritime community about the situation. Although the shipping agency officially reported her absence on February 17th, the public notice was delayed until 8th day following her disappearance. The notice, signed by the ship's master, Captain Victor Manuel Lozano, encourages anyone with information regarding Tanisha's whereabouts to come forward. Details about her travel companions or whether she was part of a guided tour remain undisclosed. Cruise passengers arriving in Juneau, Alaska this summer may encounter limited services at one of the city's most popular excursions following sweeping federal layoffs under the Trump administration, affecting the National Park Service and the U.S. Forest Service. The cuts, which began under Elon Musk's new Department of Government Efficiency, eliminated roles of more than 2,000 U.S. Forest Service and 1,000 National Park Service employees across the United States. According to Alaska media, as of February 21st, the cuts have severely reduced staff at Mendenhall Glacier Visitor Center. KTOO, based in Juneau, reported that 3/4 of the staff were laid off, while others report just 1 or 2 employees remaining, leaving upcoming guests wandering around visitors' access. A social media post attributed to Travel Juneau, the city's Convention and Visitors Bureau, yet not shared on its official website, said it is unclear if the glacier will remain open to the public or how traffic and other visitor services will be managed. Indulge in the sights and sounds and flavors of New England. With the guidance of local experts, explore charming ports. Step back in time as you marvel at the opulent mansions of the Gilded Age and soak in the stunning landscapes that make this region so special. Along the way, entertainers will enrich your experience with lively programs and performances. After a day of discovery, unwind on your private balcony, taking in breathtaking views of tranquil harbors, quaint villages, and picturesque seaside towns. Enjoy New England from American Cruise Lines. For more information, call 434-258-9264. American Cruise Lines in New England. All right, that brings us to an end to today's news portion of the show. As long as my voice lasts, let's jump over to the chat room and see who is with us today. Of course, this was a totally unscheduled, unpromoted episode, but appreciate some of you jumping in and being with us. Don't forget, smash that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, please take this as my invitation to do so. Roger's with us in Jacksonville. Might hit 80 degrees. Well, it's better than it is here, but it's been up in the 60s for a couple days, near 70. Joanne says, hope you're feeling better. Yeah, it comes and goes. Still, a little short on strength. And the coughing that hits me which I think is from one of the treatments. Like I said, it really knocks it out of me. But we're definitely better. Roger met Nikki 50 years ago today, best day of his life. I can understand that. And we all join Roger in missing Nikki a lot. Katie's with us. Hi, Katie. Bob's here. Hello, all. Hope you are getting better. Your voice sounds better. Yeah, if I keep daily improving like this, that's a good sign. Kenneth with us says, good afternoon, everybody. And good afternoon to you too, Kenneth. All right, so the plans are, even though I did a show this afternoon, is to have another show as scheduled tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. That's currently the plans, at least. That's subject to change, of course. Anyway, once again, thanks for jumping in with me, folks. Trying to get caught up on a lot of this stuff I'm behind on. You'll notice some changes in our commercials as well, that I've been way behind on using some of the stuff that I had for that. But we're getting there slowly but surely. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.